Let's talk about unions for a second. I believe in unions. I believe in unions because if you look at the history of this country, things we take for granted, 40-hour work week, minimum wage, overtime, health care benefits, paid leave, paid child labor laws. Those were union fights. Unions put their shoulder behind the wheel and made life better for working people when they were being taken advantage of.
I'm Arlene Holt-Baker, Executive Vice President of the AFL CIO. The election of Barack Obama was a tremendous victory for America and for everyone concerned about America's working families. And we all did our part with unprecedented member communication and mobilization. But the election wasn't an end, it was a beginning. And its significance has only increased as our economy heads for turmoil that many are saying will be the worst since the Great Depression. The AFL-CIO is pushing for a broad, comprehensive recovery plan to create good jobs and rebuild our economy in a way that works for everyone. But no matter what the President and Congress ultimately enact, it will not create broadly shared prosperity and rebuild the middle class unless we restore workers' ability to bargain for better health care, pensions, and fair wages by passing the Employee Free Choice Act. Why does America need the Employee Free Choice Act?
It's very bad out there when workers want to organize a union. Corporations will stop at nothing. They have all the power in the workplace, and they use it to stop the union from being formulated.
The weekend before the election, a supervisor stopped at my house where me and several other employees were building Vote Yes union signs. And this supervisor told me if the union didn't get voted in, I would be fired. And the day after the election, I was fired.
Managers can meet one-on-one with workers and tell them all the things that can be done to them if they continue to support a union.
They suspend them, they threaten them with job loss, they threaten them with taking away their health care insurance.
In 25% of organizing campaigns, pro-union workers are illegally fired in the course of that campaign. And that is devastating for any individual worker and their family.
As an organizer, I've seen not only people's jobs being terminated, but I've seen after they've been fired, they've lost their homes, they've had to move in with relatives, they lost their cars.
It gets rough. Out of work for 4.5 years. My sons put together a truck for me so I could haul garbage for my friends and neighbors and make a little extra money. I've had to borrow money from my children. You know, parents don't borrow from their children, they loan to them. So this isn't the American way.
What does the Employee Free Choice Act do? Listen.
The Employee Free Choice Act would do three basic things. It would impose meaningful penalties on employers who violate workers' basic rights. It would provide a smoother path to a first contract through mediation and, if necessary, binding arbitration. But most importantly, it would restore to workers the power to form unions through majority sign-up without employer intimidation or coercion. Under the law today, workers have two ways to get to union recognition. One is through majority sign-up, the other is through an NLRB supervised election. The problem with the law today is that the employer gets to decide which method workers take.
The Employee Free Choice Act fixes a broken system where corporations have far too much power. Right now, employers get to invoke an outdated set of government rules that gives them the upper hand.
The Employee Free Choice Act is critical because, probably most of all, because it gives workers some say over the process.
Most CEOs in America would not work a day without a contract for themselves. And the Employee Free Choice Act is going to restore some fairness and balance because workers deserve the same.
What's really at stake here is enacting a law that levels the playing field. So why is that important?
Employers right now can violate the basic rights of workers to form unions and bargain virtually with impunity.
They want an election process where they control every single aspect of that process.
Here's what the CEO of Walmart recently told the Wall Street Journal. "We like driving the car, and we're not going to give the steering wheel to anybody but us." These companies don't just want to stop unions from organizing, they want to eliminate unions altogether. And they are prepared to do just about anything to get their way. Big business has committed nearly $200 million to prevent the passage of the Employee Free Choice Act. They've even set up front groups with names like the Coalition for a Democratic Workplace and Center for Union Facts to attack candidates who support the act and to spread lies about what the act really does. And no lie is bigger than this.
This is a bill that takes away the right of the employee to vote by secret ballot in union organizing efforts, okay? What else is important? Taking away the secret ballot is something we fought for. Everybody fought for. My parents came to this country because of a secret fact that they have freedom. A secret ballot speaks for freedom.
But is the current system for organizing elections anything like the elections we have for president, or Congress, or electing mayors or city council members? Not really.
Organizing elections wouldn't fit anybody's description of a free and fair election.
People do not understand that this isn't about a secret ballot. In most union elections, the boss knows who's for and who's against the union.
Well, these are the same people who opposed an increase to the minimum wage, who oppose paid sick days, who are rolling back health and safety regulations in the workplace. I don't think this is really about workers' rights for them.
Majority sign-up isn't a new concept. In fact, it's the way most of us in the United States and around the world established our unions. It might have been a generation or 2 generations before we came to work, but that's in fact how unions were established in every industry group in this country.
Large companies like AT&T Wireless, Kaiser Permanente have recognized their employees' right to form unions through majority sign-up, and it's currently permitted. Unfortunately, though, the decision is in the hands of the employer.
Even if you're not in a union, you're still benefiting from the fact that there's a union out there putting pressure on employers to do the right thing.
That's exactly right. Even if you're not in a union, you benefit from more workers being organized into unions and putting pressure on employers to do the right thing for all of us.
For the most part, people have forgotten how we got workers' rights, why we had weekends off, why we had vacation pay, why we have sick leave, why we have even breaks.
Stronger unions and workers' ability to organize unions means a stronger economy for all of us. Workers that are members of unions earn 30% higher wages. They're 50% more likely to have employer-provided health care benefits. But also, more workers organized into unions raises the bar for all workers. I think union members know that more of us organized into unions and being able to engage in collective bargaining means that all of us have more power at the bargaining table to bargain for wages and health care benefits.
We need to strengthen our unions by letting them do what they do best, and that is organize our workers. If a majority of workers want a union, they should get a union, and that is why I intend to sign the Employee Free Choice Act when it lands on my desk. It's that simple.
We have a unique opportunity. We have a Congress ready to pass the Employee Free Choice Act and a president ready to sign it. But our opponents are continuing their multi-million-dollar advertising and lobbying campaign, and the AFL-CIO is leading the fight to counter them. 1.3
million union members across America have joined the million-member mobilization for the Employee Free Choice Act. 1.3 million of our members get it, that we can't be spectators. We can't just hope. We can't just wait. That we have to actively work for, fight for, every day for the Employee Free Choice Act.
So here's what we need you to do. Before you leave today, we would like you to write to your member of Congress and senators. Tell them you support the Employee Free Choice Act and tell them why. Because it will help workers in every middle-class family achieve the American dream. With your help, we can give workers and families everywhere the voice they need and deserve, and help turn this economy around so it works for all Americans.